Hey everybody, Polish Hammer here. We will update on my peach spill testers from Southbay Genetics. We popped some beans, ended up with 4 females. Had a lot of work. They got out of hand. These things are huge. We transplanted them a little over a week ago from 1 gallons into these 10 gallons, and it's time to do something with them. They've recovered fully. They're ready to be stressed out again. So, as you can see, we're in the tent. We don't really have much room. I know the viparspectras right now, the old blurples, we'll be changing them out as soon as they're ready to flip. They're all scrogged. Didn't really want them growing any faster than they were going to anyway. But so we're going to bring this down quite a bit. What we're going to do is just chop the top right off of this baby. So I'm going to take a little look here. I was looking at it earlier where I wanted to cut it. Surprised how low we're going to go here. Alright, after much deliberation, we're actually going to go even lower. I wanted to save this branch right here. It's a nice healthy branch. I think it would be nice for buds, but quite honestly that brings us up here. A little higher than I want to be. The dog's knocking stuff over. I'll have to go check that. I think we're going to go right here. We have plenty of branches to fill this. And if I do that same thing at this one's got a lot of branches that are still going to be there. We may have to cut the ends of a lot of these so that they fit as it is. Normally I would probably just keep one of these because it would totally fit the 4x4, but we have 2 different seed plants here and 2 in the 5x5, and we really want to see what we get for buds, which one we want to keep. So we're going to grow them out, make them fit one way or the other. I'm going to cut this right here. Stick it in a jar of pH water, and we'll cut all our clones off of it shortly. So I'm going to cut this, put a little Clonex gel on it, tape it up. Sorry girl. Oh, you're much smaller now, aren't you? It's a giant plant all by itself, but fortunately it is the way it is. So we can get it to stand up. Alright, I'll need both hands for this. Alright, we happen to have some Clonex gel and a Q-tip. I'm going to seal this end real well. You can use aloe, or really nothing, and just some tape. It's better than nothing. The plant will heal itself. The point is to just try to keep any infections out of there. While it's healing. That might just stay on there the life of this plant. I don't mind. Just a little blue tape. So now, we'll bring the scrog down on this. Scrog this plant all out. Let it recover a few days and do the same thing with the other one. And we should have a nice canopy of bud shortly.
Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free.
So I brought the scrog down on the 2 cut plants. The second one was a lot bigger than the first one. And what I'm doing is putting all the branches through a hole they'll kind of reach as I put the scrog down without stressing them too badly at the beginning. Then I'm going to weave them through it to hold them down and to cover the canopy. And they are going to take a lot of abuse. Some of them might die. Most of them will probably live though, and we'll probably have more than we need to fill this tent with the root mass that's in these 2 pots now. So a few more minutes and I'll show you what we're doing. And as you can see, so this fits through here, this fits through here, through here. Then I'm gonna weave them through so that they stay down, and cut the ends off as needed so that they fit in the tent. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, these girls look pretty sad right now. It was a pretty rough scrog. We pulled them down really low. There's a lot of branches that took some pretty good bends. We may lose a few of these. There's plenty in here though, so you know, we'll give this a few days to recover. We'll see what dies, whatever lives. It'll spread out and fill the tent. Took a bunch of clones, and even if we end up with just the lowers, we're not going to clean any of the lowers up yet, just in case. You never know. We might end up only with the little small branches and have to veg it out from there. Sometimes these things don't really like to be bent. I think we'll be all right though. I've seen a lot of plants recover. We'll probably end up with too much in here anyway. So, going around. I haven't done it here, but some of the places where there's a bunch of top leaves that are probably just going to weigh this top down so that it can't reach for the light and repair itself. We're going to move a few of the leaves out so they're not in the way of the other branches too that are trying to recover. Not too many though. Don't want to stress it too much. They're already very stressed, but they definitely need to be able to get to the light as well. So, yeah, they're not too happy right now. We squeezed them, pulled them over. Some of them really didn't bend very good. We taped all the pieces up that I could find that looked like they might be broken. We might have an issue over there with a big branch. Hopefully, if that's the case, we can steal one from another spot, fill in the spots just like we did in the 3x4. And see what happens. Like I said, I would have just used one plant in this, but we really want to see which one has the better buds. We got 4 different females from seed. It's a lot of females considering how many. I think we only popped like 7 beans or something. But anyway, this one right here is the number 2, and I'm not sure about the other one yet, but this one definitely smells like peaches, probably incredibly. All over my hands, that's all I can smell is peaches. So really neat tasting, probably weed, or at least smelling weed. We're gonna find out. So give this a couple days. I'm not gonna change these lights out yet because I don't want to stress the plant out and let the lights a lot bigger. We may do it tomorrow. We'll see if these things have just decided they're fine tomorrow, then might flip them, but it'll probably be 4 or 5 days, honestly. Back the day after, we chopped them up, spread them out, cranked them up, and look at that. Not getting much more right angle than that, and it appears to be living. I was really thinking that branch was going to die, but just amazed that we really didn't lose any branches overnight. It looks like they're all springing back. We'll end up having to clean out the bottoms a little bit if they all make it, because we already got clones. Don't eat anymore from this tent. So we'll see how it does. A couple days. Probably put a different light in here. Got them under these 2 viparspectra V450, 200 watt blurple LEDs. Magic bloom. Pretty good for what they are. They work good for veg. And it's pretty decent to keep these things going until we get the bigger light. It can't be dimmed. Don't really want to put that over them until they're ready to go into flower. And I think we're gonna have a pretty good run. These things smell like peaches. Testers, never run them before. These are the 2 shorter, stockier ones. They did not really like being bent over. Pretty much snapped everywhere, but they didn't really break. They just snapped. So, you know, whatever. See how they go. And we'll give them some time to recover before we put them into flower. They don't appear to really care all that much, honestly. The other ones are a lot lankier, and I think they're going to be a little easier to scrog. Building a scrog net for that. Hopefully we'll get that done today. Get those in the same state as these. We really made a lot of room here. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good run.
I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches.